Welcome to Schrodinger's Cast, where everything is true and not true until it is observed, including this working. So, all right, so we were talking about mobile crematoriums. So we found this video. It's a mobile crematorium in China. Is that right?
Yes.
All right, let's see here.
So I see a
China's
generator.
reappearance of
It's
mobile
like, what do they use, those
crematoriums
little
sparks
cheap
panic
diesel
among
heaters
people.
they're selling on Alibaba? Man, that's really not very deep.
U.S. intelligence has revealed that Chinese missiles are filled with water, and high-priced rocket fuel
Yes,
is used
did
for
you hear
cooking
that?
hot pot.
No.
Yes, so apparently like a bunch of intel stuff all got
Rocket
released.
debris kills girl.
And they found out that a bunch of missiles have no propellant in them. They basically
Like the ones they've been lining up and
yeah, like, well, no, I mean, like
Like the
the parade
parades
stuff. I don't know if those are necessarily all real anyways. I would think they'd just leave some carcasses open and drive around for the parade every year, just repaint them. But
True Flip.
yeah, I mean, who knows?
Yeah.
But
Scoot
no, they said a bunch of
He needs to scoot in a little bit.
they said a bunch of the ICBMs reportedly don't have fuel in them, and they have them just filled with water. Yeah, because of keeping tanks, pressure tested and stuff like that. But there's no fuel in them.
But they could drain the fuel and have it
Yeah,
filled
but
in
it's
no
like
time.
thousands of gallons, and so it's not something that any of them would be ready. I mean, either way, if you look at most rocket fuel, it's either like RP1 and oxygen that they use. So I don't think you'd have to have no moisture in there. I could imagine
So
if you're adding in rocket.
You would have to drain it and air it
Have it
out like
dried.
a compression, like a air compressor tank, and have it completely free of
I would think
moisture
so. I would think
to
so.
refuel it. Yeah,
Because liquid oxygen's immediately going to freeze any other moisture, and I think you'd have issues with seals and stuff like that if you had other moisture in there. But either way, that and then that apparently a bunch of their infrastructure at their launch sites are bad, like doors won't open and shit like that. Just things that are like terrible. But yeah, we can hit play. I'm sure
All
they'll
right, so
talk about
we
it.
went from a mobile crematorium, which obviously I guess exists, and did it say why they're using it? Oh, I didn't hear that.
China's reappearance of mobile crematoriums sparks panic among people.
They don't know. That's how they get rid of the Uyghurs.
U.S. intelligence has revealed that Chinese missiles are filled with water,
Okay.
and high-priced
So they didn't
rocket
say
fuel.
why. So basically, like they might have like a, an issue with getting rid of bodies. So there's a mobile crematorium.
Well, it was about 4 years ago, January of 2020, and even in December 2019, was reports of the strain that came out into the world,
Oh,
and there were claims that their crematoriums were overflowing, like they couldn't keep up. And that was the video I saw was another claim that, hey, now they've implemented these, and they said they're back, and you've got the whole research with disease X. So are we being prepped and primed for around?
I got you. I guess it could be,
Or is it just more fear mongering?
well, the fact that when we pulled it up first, Russia came up as using them as, I guess, disposal units for fallen soldiers. And they're using it. And so, I mean, I guess I didn't even know mobile crematoriums were a thing, but I guess it's kind of practical if you have an excess of bodies that need to be removed.
No, man.
What?
That's a single.
No, that's a backhoe.
Mm.
No, I mean, not to be
Trenching.
cruel,
Yeah,
but, you
right.
know, mass
Dig a trench,
graves a lot
mass
easier
graves.
to bury a bunch of people. The only reason why you burn stuff is either you're worried about contamination of something,
Or space.
yeah, but how long does it take to burn a body?
I would imagine in a little minivan like that, a while.
Let's look it up. Look it up. Because I'm curious on that.
I would bet
Because, like,
I would bet
line of
it's
fires, I
like
wanna know
6 hours.
how long it would take.
I mean, maybe not 6. I would put it down to 3.
Put us back to carbon completely.
Nah, I mean, not even completely. Have you seen the Undertaker lady that's on YouTube? And they showed like the basket of metal that comes out of people. And you know that they recycle pacemakers?
Oh yeah.
What?
Yes, when a person dies and they have a pacemaker, they cut it out and it gets refurbished and reused.
Oh my goodness.
Your knees. Your
No,
hips.
that's well. I mean, all of that stuff. When it comes out, it looks like shit. Like they get apparently, a company comes by it and buys it from them though, and they recycle it
Well, I'm gonna say, I want my
because it's all
titanium knees.
yeah,
I'll
but
take
it's
the
all either
titanium.
stainless or titanium. So
You can compensate.
you're gonna get on a list.
I'm on
48 hours. Yeah. Oh no, that's
3 to 15 days.
no, that's for the cremation.
Yeah, no, that's
process.
Yeah.
For them to process it.
How long is the physical process?
there you go. 2 to 3 hours.
Yeah. So okay. So I mean, you got to be like way up, like I'm sure 2,000 degrees or more.
So let's just say the veins, since they're smaller capacity, would take maybe a little bit longer. So yeah, if that's feasible. I mean, you're not doing like you do 4 bodies in 24 hours. That's not very
Yeah.
efficient.
Yeah. Even if
So
you, yeah.
it would. I could see how it'd be more for like a disease, like a quarantine type thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That makes sense.
or hiding evidence.
Why was Russia using them in Ukraine?
Well, they were accused of hiding their. That way they could
That's
hide
just
the
it.
death.
Like,
the
what
true
are they
death,
going to do?
Is it okay? Okay.
But you get so much land in Ukraine. I mean, why would it matter? You know,
Okay. Well, mobile
not to get into war
crematorium.
crimes, but I'm sure you could just dig a hole still and then burn it that way.
Well, you're not going to start a wood fire and throw a body on it,
Yeah.
and it's going to be burned in 2 to 3 hours. That's not going to happen.
Oh no,
It'll be
it has to be
charcoal
like,
and catfish food by then.
Yeah.
it has to be like super hot.
All right. So what else? Wait. So play the rest of the little video. I want to see what else they got going through this.
Okay.
Just or at least just for a second. We can skip through. We got crematoriums. What was the next thing?
The missiles.
Water missiles.
Mm.
Organ harvesting. Hey, but once again, the Uyghurs.
What are you saying?
The Uyghurs. Do you know who the Uyghurs are? The Uyghurs are a northern Chinese, I guess, what am I trying to think of? Well, it's a group of people. What I'm trying to think of. What's the word?
Culture.
Ethnicity, yeah. Well, they're more probably related to like the people in Tajikistan and Afghanistan,
Okay.
all the stands, than they are more China. They're basically a Muslim population. They look more like traditionally those people in that area than they do like mainland Huan Chinese.
Okay.
And they live, and they have their region that they primarily live is in that real fertile land,
Yeah, it's better than where regular China is.
and they don't exactly agree with the government.
Okay.
I mean, they're
So
basically
they get on their little social credit down to a certain point, and they go to re-education camps, and they don't
well, yeah,
always
not
come
even
out.
that. They fight against them because they're Muslim anyway.
And they,
Oh.
yeah. So it's interesting that goes on there.
Yeah, you haven't seen they have like concentration camps for them?
I thought they were called re-education.
Re-education, yeah.
Which one Ryan can't. Yeah.
So here we go.
This year, there has been a small peak in the number of deaths. Numerous
wild.
manufacturers of mobile cremation vehicles aggressively advertise and promote their products, causing panic. In recent years, numerous students
Maybe
and
it's
young
just the
people
cheapest
have
way for them to
inexplicably disappeared,
have a burial.
and their bodies remain undiscovered. The nefarious entities behind these disappearances are believed to support the organ transplant industry.
Oh.
Mr. Li, a resident of Guangxi, remarked that the presence of mobile cremation vehicles serves as a reminder of the many missing persons in China. These individuals may have had their organs stolen and sold, with their bodies subsequently burned to eliminate any traces.
Well, that's why.
Mr. Li, a Guangxi citizen, expressed, "You can make money by any means necessary. Organ transplantation involves significant financial gains. I believe there is a connection. The dangerous practices of organ harvesting, stealing, and selling are employed to make people disappear. This poses a significant threat in China.
Holy shit.
What's even more alarming is that anyone can sell these vehicles. If a person disappears, investigating the case becomes challenging. Mr. Xiao, a resident of Henan province, believes that the presence of mobile cremation vehicles on the streets is a disaster for lower-class people.
It's like a man in the van with candy, but it's for adults. You just disappear and you don't come back.
And should be banned. In recent years, Chinese Falun Gong practitioners, a belief group suppressed and persecuted by the Chinese Communist Party, along with other human rights groups from Tibetan and Xinjiang communities, has consistently reported many cases of organ harvesting. In many cases, their friends and relatives had their organs taken away by the CCP while they were still alive. They recounted undergoing repeated blood and health tests. Tragically, whenever someone with a suitable organ was taken away, their life came to an end. This reality is deeply saddening. U.S. intelligence has revealed that Chinese missiles are filled with water,
That's the next one.
and high-priced rocket fuel is used for cooking hot pot.
Okay, I
The
didn't hear
Chinese
the hot
Communist
pot.
Party's military is reportedly plagued by serious corruption, according to U.S. intelligence as per foreign media reports. U.S. military experts have
Okay.
extensively discussed the implications of this revelation. Bloomberg, citing sources familiar with the matter, reported on Saturday that corruption
sounds
is
hilarious.
rampant within the Chinese Communist Party's rocket force and the entire defense industrial base. U.S. intelligence agencies cited several examples of corruption in the Chinese Communist Party's military, including instances where missiles were filled with water instead of fuel, and the covers of a large number of missile silos failed, rendering the missiles unable to launch effectively. Some U.S. military experts believe that widespread corruption within the Chinese Communist Party's military has led to a decline in overall combat effectiveness, making it even less likely to undertake major military
wild.
actions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matthew Koslow, a senior analyst
Is
at
this
the
the
net,
rest of it?
they took out the
Okay, it's
solid
all about the okay.
told
It's
CNN
well
that
for the
Beijing's
net.
purge of
Mobile
top military
crematoriums
officials is far from over.
And rockets with water in them, man. So yeah, that changes things a little bit. If it's basically, you seen the movie Repo Man?
Yes.
It's basically that.
Organ, yeah.
Yeah, but they're not taking back organs. They're just going to stealing organs and burning bodies.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things they worried about with like a lot of the Uyghur population. They're worried because a lot go into re-education camps, and it's like a lot don't ever leave.
Damn. That's freaking wild. Okay. Wow. Nice one. Very nice one. That led to some shit.
I learned something.
Man. All right. Do you have anything you wanted to bring up? Did you have? I had one from a long time ago. It's like right around New Year's, so it's a couple weeks old. It's a week or two old.
Yeah. The only
But other than that, I didn't have much this week.
something. Oh, wait! Look up the. I did want to look up this. The McDonald's infinite burger glitch, but I think you have to use the self service kiosk.
McDonald's infinite burger glitch.
Yeah. All right, hit it. Oh, it's old, man. I hope it still works.
2019.
All right, yeah, I'm sure
We're
this
here
has
at
been
Macca's.
fixed
It's
already.
me and my friend Matthias. We're here. We want the $1 hamburger, right?
Oh, I've seen this.
We want 10 of them. We have a vegetarian friend. His name is Harry. So we'll have 10 of these, and we'll customize them. So we don't want our regular beef patty. So that takes $1.10 off our order, off our $1 hamburger.
Then you order one with me.
So we have $12 down here, right? And then, you know what we're gonna do? We're just gonna add just a regular one because I like my meat. Okay? So that's 10 pattyless burgers and 1 regular hamburger. If we go to view my order, we get our discounts. That's pretty good. We'll take it away. Why not? But when it gets to this screen, we'll find that all the pattyless burgers had $1.10 taken off them, so they're all negative 10 cents. And there's our regular burger, which is just $1, leaving the total at $0. Let's
Like, if they fix that.
Oh, no payments
That's
needed.
such good
Order.
shit, man. No
Tap
payment
below.
required.
Oh, we got our receipt.
And they at the register ain't gonna know because all they do is get the food order and give it. They have no idea what they paid for a box because they don't have to handle that shit no more. I love this kind of shit.
Got 10
burgers with 10 buns.
Yeah.
10 buns with
Vegetables.
no
No patties.
Yeah, no patties.
But one actual burger
One in
for free.
11 chance of getting that one. Oh, did they? And then there's one of our pattyless burgers. And one of our pattyless burgers that cost negative 10 cents.
So yeah.
Negative 10 cents. Wow.
Okay, so the reason I like stuff like this is basically
He says don't try this.
Yeah.
it is basically taking advantage and exploiting a system, and I'm all about that. This system that was put in place to basically, which is automating the fast food industry, which is good and bad for whatever reasons. It has less opportunity for people to work and earn money, but it also streamlines things. Maybe people don't need to be doing these things. It's like if you don't need to have people making burgers, if it can be made by machines, it makes it faster, more efficient, and there's no flaws in it whatsoever. Then yeah, I'm kind of for
I would
that.
love to go to McDonald's and then get my order right.
yeah. But then also take this system and through social engineering and exploiting it and hacking it, basically social hacking. I'm all for that shit. That's badass. Someone figured out a loophole.
I just gotta go buy a pound of meat and make all the rest of the burgers.
Yeah.
All right.
That's pretty good. I like that one. That's a really good one. All right, this one was sent to us by one of my favorite people on this fucking planet, my cousin Jason, and he might be a guest on the show. Up real soon here. We're gonna have him on an episode. So this is one that he sent us, and we're gonna go.
This is where it gets really freaky. I got goosebumps. I'm scared, bro. From Albert Einstein, it says, I'm not sure which weapons the Third World War will be fought, but the Fourth World War, they will fight with sticks and stones. Day one of AI taking over. It was contained to its own server. The AI figured out a Roomba vacuum. That's the only thing it could figure out how to connect to. So it put all of its information onto the Roomba computer, and then that allowed it to connect to the Wi-Fi, which allowed it to connect to everyone's phones, and then it spread instantly. It was in control of 3D printers to build itself with no one knowing, until the one time 40 days into it decided, I don't want humans anymore. Dude, it like went into this whole thing to where shut down the power plants, it messed with Wall Street, like this chaos, developed its own killing drones to survey all of Earth. Like if a human was found, it would kill it. And he's like, obviously the story is made up. Yeah. He said the story was made up by AI when I asked it to make up a story of how it would take over. Lily, are you doing okay? This is where it gets really
Okay. Interesting story. So it's a AI wrote a story of how AI would take over.
Yeah.
And it basically, found a way to infiltrate and recreate.
Yeah.
But told it as a story. I mean, if it can think it can do it, right?
Well, but it was like years ago. What was it, like in 2018 or 19, something like that? Where I know I'd made a post about years ago on Facebook. It had to be a year. But they gave AI the ability to use like a 3D printer, and it's like, no, that's how Terminators are made. It's like, what are you talking about?
Terminators?
Right?
'Cause that's how you get Terminators.
That's what Ultron did.
Yeah, pretty much.
I mean, it's not a new, I don't think, line of thought. And they already know that Roomba's, like Roomba itself is a company. I know like a couple of the other off-brand ones get caught to where they were able to hack into it and then use the Roomba to be able to map out your house, because it maps out your house anyway.
Yeah.
You know, or at least the really newer ones.
Yeah.
And so, and then most of them, I'm sure, are either doing that with camera or LiDAR. So if it's camera, then even worse.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Wow. Well, thank you for the submission, cuz. And that was definitely a fucking good one, man. I would like to see what happens in the next 5 years with all these multiple fucking AIs being made and advancing, and it'll be something to keep an eye on for sure.
I don't think that we're gonna have to worry about AI large scale thing. Not for a while.
Not for a while.
Yeah. Would have to, because the best it does now is just sorting information. And that's the best thing AI is used for,
Yeah.
you know, is either predictive stuff and things like that. It doesn't really create anything super great because it can only has whatever input you give it. So, you know, it's really kind of
There hasn't been one that's created yet that is you know, super intelligent and been given just free will to do everything and have access to everything.
yeah.
Would you know?
No, I wouldn't know. Even though probably is. At least probably a test scale of something that's in like a closed environment, and they just let it go and see what it does.
Yeah.
That's probably happened a lot, I would think.
How about
Look up
the Indian lady?
the two AIs playing chess.
Right?
'Cause that
That reminds me of the two Chinese restaurants that call and then get them to order from each other. Yes, with the phones.
no, call you. You call me. So, I saw a video the other day about it. Yeah.
In theory,
I thought they actually.
They both threw their proverbial chessboards in the air.
all right. Let's see.
Well, okay, the chess engines, like what Clay was talking about.
Yeah.
The main benefit of AI is to do this.
Right.
To evaluate millions of possibilities.
Right.
To dissect that amount of information quickly. I think the AI is a useful tool.
These are what happens if. I'm not seeing anything that's recent of an actual thing. Yeah.
I'll go back through and see if I can.
Okay. Because these are really like going towards like,
No,
you know,
this was. And I say,
you know, AI game, like chess.com has an AI you can play. That's pretty much like you're playing the computer.
Well, you've been playing the computer.
Yeah, since
AI is
yeah.
still a computer.
Since computer games first came out, you've been playing the computer, but it's not like it has learning abilities. You know, it just
that would be interesting to know.
yeah.
No, it does. I mean,
It learns
when you get
your
down,
moves,
especially when
and
you
it's
get down
going to
into something
supersede.
like
It's going to be able to
chess, if you
predict your moves.
I don't think the chess.com AI has predictive learning. I think it has levels of hardness that you can play against it. That it just it knows all moves. It just plays certain moves based on what skill level you have it set on.
But it's not. You're saying it's not set up to learn my move,
right.
My pattern,
Yeah, it doesn't
to get pattern recognition on my
yes.
behavior.
To where it can it can decimate you every time.
Decimate me.
Yeah. It doesn't have that. So I'm not seeing something that, you know.
But is that feasible?
Probably.
Are they not trying to?
I imagine there is.
AI
Let's see.
is to be self-learning.
The Pokemon. Come on, people. How about that? Towards
Watch
that
your
side?
creation defeat you.
Yeah.
Trains entirely
This
through
is from
reinforcement.
2021.
That's it. Through reinforcement learning and self-play to. Hey, I don't know if you guys are Star Trek guys, but I was.
Yeah.
And there's a Star Trek Next Generation where Moriarty off of the holodeck, they have to trick like Moriarty in the computer program they needed a villain to Data wrote a program.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, the whole Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
thing,
and like this isn't. We need one that's going to be competitive to you, Data, you robot, you artificial.
Yes, and so then the AI Moriarty or the
AI
Moriarty,
yeah, ends up off of it on the ship, and they have to trick him back. I was like, man, that's So when I think of that's right there, like, oh, you don't give somebody parameters.
So that comes back down to an interesting thing that we talked about before, as far as the idea of holograms. And
yeah,
if the idea, I mean, did they ever explain on Star Trek how all of a sudden this fake world that needed to be enclosed into the holodeck and have a special place strictly to do that, how did the holodeck Moriarty leave the breach of the exit door of the holodeck? How? Did they ever explain how he did it? Or was it just...
I don't remember. I'd have to
it
go
just
back
left up
and see.
the dun 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 dun. Pop your chest, Picard. Let's go.
You're saying that, and I'm picturing that was a black cube, right?
Yeah, with the orange stripes.
Right.
Orange stripes all in it. Look like
a contained black cube. In the philosophy that we live in a simulation in a black cube, you have a lot of black cube references and beliefs,
Yeah.
The whole black cube symbolism. I was thinking, oh, wait, he got out. He escaped. He got through. That's what we're trying to do is get out of this simulation.
So, but that's just it. It's like, so how would that happen then? And then how would they be doing anything like that now?
I don't know. We shoot rockets up there right now.
Yeah, there he is. James.
Yeah.
I was trying to remember his name. Their wiki. What's the actor's name? I went to go look at Jordy
Daniel Davis. All right.
Have you seen the Star Trek and Frasier mashup?
No.
Dude, that's hilarious.
So I don't remember. This is the pre-Star Trek. I did not watch this generation of Star Trek.
I think he holds it hostage. He something about
he takes the whole ship hostage.
Is this?
And they end up giving him something that. Okay, they give him a piece of technology, puts on that allows his hologram to walk around, and that's what led to
All right,
Star Trek.
Go, stop. All right. Go download. Return and leaving the holodeck. Barclay responded that Moriarty could still only exist inside the holodeck. Surprisingly, seemed Moriarty was aware of the passing of time. But down.
This is Shatner Star Trek, right?
No. That's Star Trek. William Shatner was Star Trek. This is Next Generation with dear Lord, name who played Picard, Sir Patrick.
Yeah, really? I don't remember him.
What is his name? Beals. Professor Xavier.
I know what you're talking about.
Patrick Stewart, yeah. Dude, have you seen the one where he's on? Well, that's what Wolverine calls him. Have you seen the one with what is it with Ricky Gervais? Extras, and he talks to Patrick Stewart on there, and he basically talks about how he's come up with a new character, and it's basically Professor X, but he just constantly makes women undress. It's like hilarious. He's like sitting in his trailer on a like a set.
Okay, so did this answer your question as far as how he was able to get out?
No, it's just kind of weird. Thought it said it.
Okay.
I don't think he ever really gets out.
All right, well, so, this was saying that basically this one is A learning
Neural network.
a learning algorithm for chess. $35 million to train. And this was 7 years ago. Even shows you how it was done. So that's cool. I haven't. Didn't I? Hold on. That brings a question. Didn't AI beat? I remember reading about this. That was in '97
Yeah, Deep Blue.
from IBM. That's 2017. There's AlphaZero beat one.
The last victory.
Seeded chess champ has made peace with AI. This is in 2020. What is this? Yeah. Just because the AI took his job.
Yeah.
Well,
That's just it, though. I mean, it knows.
that comes full circle in the burger hack. I mean, we got we got AI making burgers and AI taking jobs in chess. You can still
Burger flippers and chess players.
you can still get past the AI and get a free burger. Maybe you can get past it and win a chess game.
Well, that's how long is it going to be until you don't have a checkout anymore?
They already have that. They have that.
They're already implementing trials places.
They have storage.
It's facial recognition, scans you, and it rings you up as you go.
Yeah.
As you put it into your cart,
Yeah.
it rings up your food, and as you pull it out, it takes it out.
That's all fine and dandy.
Then you just walk
until,
out.
It's like, oh, well, Mr. Stafford, you had, outstanding speeding ticket you haven't taken care of. So you can't buy groceries till you take care of this ticket.
Mm.
I'm completely against.
I could see that.
You want to have that system? That's cool, but don't get rid of the system that works when the power goes out.
That's kind of like
the scary thing is who do you want to have? Because one you're volunteering for. One you would volunteer basically, or you're going to eventually.
You're going to be pushed.
But would you rather Kroger have your facial? Be able to recognize your face, or would you rather the government to be able to recognize your face?
It doesn't matter. It's all.
And then do you care because if either one of them sells your information to the other? Would you be more upset if you found out Kroger was selling your face to the government so that they could help locate you on their AI cameras? Or would you be more upset that the government sold your face to Kroger so that you can go shopping?
It is the control over another person.
Well, dude,
it's the power that's in the hands, and it's whose hand is it in?
Well, then look at this.
I have no faith in the hands.
What's Clearview? Look up Clearview.
Yeah.
I think it's VUE or some shit. There we go. All right, go to media. Oh no. Oh well. How about Clearview and police?
Oh, you meant
Or no, just do Clearview and police, and police departments.
No, it's right there. Why is law enforcement saying?
Yeah. So they just scrub the internet. This company does nothing but scrub the internet for you.
Hmm.
And then once it finds you, it sells you and tells the government where to go find your photo. So they literally look at any open database or any shit that they can buy.
revealed 30 billion images.
Yeah.
Something more than billion? Could it be in?
Wonton tat. Wonton. Wonton. Bad. How do you say that?
What?
Won?
Where?
Hon.
CEO.
Hon.
Wonton.
Honton.
Wonton.
Tot.
Wonton dot.
No, that. That. No, it is Tontat. No. CEO Honton. That's weird. That's weird. There's a hyphen. Where are they from? Malaysia? Either way, 30 billion images, and they just scrape it. They just scrape it off the internet. They don't have to.
He's been repeatedly fined millions of dollars in Europe and Australia for breaches of privacy.
Yes. But our government loves to use
But
it.
apparently our governments use it for 1 million trackdowns.
Yeah, more than that.
Oh.
Says it's banned from selling to most U.S. companies,
But apparently it doesn't matter. In
but it's
Australia
used
and
by
Europe.
hundreds of police forces.
Yes.
And the use of facial recognition by the police is often sold to the public as only being used for serious or violent crimes. Yet, how do you think they're getting hold of all the J6ers that were now, outside? They showed up hours afterwards. This is how they're getting a bunch of them, I bet you. One option.
Well, have you seen the other videos?
It's hold on. It says right there. It says in Miami, police say they've used the software or every type of crime from murders to shoplifting. It said it's used about 450 times a year, and then there are almost no laws around the use of facial recognition by police. No laws around it. So it's just uncharted territory as far as legal system goes.
Well, see, now I don't mind the fact that if they put a cop down and they are like, I got to go find this person's photo, they had to go look through shit. That's cool. The fact that there's a company that just scrapes that shit. Well, really, I mean, I think the more the important part of this would be is like your shit ain't safe no matter what. You don't even have to be caught.
This
If
is
you're
a good
putting
one
your
right
face
here.
out there in public on a social platform, like us,
Well, even if you're
like
not,
all of us, see me?
even if you're not, you walk into
Oh,
a
read
gas
this-
station,
read
they've got
this right
their
here.
cameras. That you walk into Walmart.
Well, so that comes back to the things like Ring. Like Ring heavily is involved with police, and like you had to go and sign opt out of allowing your camera to be part of a database where they could use it off of your front door camera or around your house.
Well, I think that there should be somewhere like, hey, I don't have any of this. I'm not cool with everybody.
Well, that's why we
So you're not allowed to take photos of my house
and
and post it online.
Google you
You
can go to Google and tell them you don't want your address posted, and they will blur out your house.
Oh no, yeah.
So
okay.
things like that, I think is
Yeah,
reasonable.
But I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about my neighbor has a Ring camera pointed at my house 24/7.
Then you know what I would do?
And that's not cool. That is somebody else is watching me because you're insecure and you fell for this line of shit.
If
And
they had
that's it. They got
pointed
cameras
right in my house.
outside.
So I have cameras.
I
So
think I'm just gonna start, taking my evening pee in that direction.
I thought about this. There's a couple things you can get.
It's not.
Yeah.
That's not
You just
okay.
get it-
That's an invasion of my privacy.
get an infrared light. So
You
that's
can
what I
get
would
infrared
do.
emitter.
Block it.
And just turn it on. And aim
It would
right
look
at-
like a bright light just pointed at them, but they couldn't see the light with their own eyes.
Yeah, nobody'd be
It
able
would
to
just
see it.
block out your part of the house.
'Cause that's my only thing is I understand like, hey, you want the security in your house, you want this, that's cool. But your stuff being monitored,
Yeah,
somebody else has access to it, is pointed at my fucking house.
yeah,
You are a cop across the street 24 hours watching me
yeah.
because they're all linked and
Yeah.
the law enforcement has it. So the idea that you have any freedom anywhere,
Yeah.
that's gone. You're on camera all the time.
No,
There's nothing you as an individual can do to remove except for whoop, gone.
yeah,
Completely removed from society.
yeah,
I mean, and we're all hooked on it, carry around our pockets anyway.
Yeah.
yeah.
But it's I have a problem. Like, hey, y'all, you want to sign up? You want to choose? That's fine. But if I have to go get a 3D imaging photo, camera to be able to have facial for me to get my photo taken for a license, I have to have the recognition photo on file now. That's not cool. I don't consent to that. I consent to have a picture that identifies who I am on a card that I can carry as my driver's license or an identification. You don't have to have a 3D facial recognition photo of me to fulfill that. But that's
well, the
what
photo
your
would do
option.
it anyways. But I mean, that's not.
Well, this is where we're going. It is the police state. It is the surveillance.
I mean,
it is everybody is going to be on. This is
we're at
what's
the trail end of the state here.
Yeah.
Well, if you read this section right here, it talks about how
Exactly.
because there has been cases of mistaken identity using Clearview AI software for facial recognition.
No, yeah, and they say it's
Mistaken identity, but the true figures are probably most likely higher. Although the CEO Clearview attributes it to poor policing, and shows that Clearview has a 100% accuracy rate, but these figures are usually based on mugshots. And that the quality of the image, being fed,
it's irrelevant.
The quality of the image being fed to the AI is something that needs to be taken into consideration. The screen grabs it's pulling from CCTVs can be inaccurate because it's not getting a clear, straight-on shot of someone's face. So
no,
yeah,
no,
there can be mistakening.
Like their AI looks at mainly 2D photos.
Yeah,
like when it's detecting you and learning what your face looks like, the majority of the time it starts off with a 2D photo. It doesn't start with a 3D one. The other one was AI policing, watching foot traffic. That's pretty.
Yeah, there was something.
This would be interesting
we just
here.
Set this up and
and then it'll just map out where everybody keeps walking to. Like, well, that's a trap house.
Mr. Conley was the passenger in a friend's car on March 17 when it crashed into palm trees at high speed. The driver was ejected from the car and killed. A passerby pulled Mr. Conlon from the wreckage, but left without making a statement. Although Mr. Conlon said he was the passenger, he was suspected of driving and he was charged with vehicular homicide. A passerby. The image of the passerby from a police body cam footage just before his trial allowed Clearview to use it in the case. So he found it, used it in the case, and it got him out of being charged with homicide because he was in the passenger seat. Because it shows somebody pulling him out. That's a positive spin on something.
You're going to get.
It could be used. It could have been used the other way too. It could have been used the other way around.
How is it being used?
Well, the main.
What direction is it heading?
Yes.
Yeah.
And who's in control of what direction it is heading?
I would rather have everybody personally have their own camera, and the government have all. Because then the public gets to be the choice of whether they're complicit into what's happening instead of being forced to be.
It says right here, Clearview is a private company that is making face prints of people based on their photos online without their consent.
And I have a problem with that. It's if I consent. I mean, it's.
Well, you consent if you're out in public.
You consent when
you
sign the Facebook terms of service update.
Okay, all right. That is what society is today, and always has been. If
that's what it always is. It's just you have more way to record it.
That's where I'm like, why are we recording all of this?
Well, that's what. So that's
why do we have to do this?
Well, so because it's human. It's the whole reason why we have written language. It's because we went from. Or, written history. We went from just telling stories, and then we learned to write, and then we learned to take photos, and now we make videos, and it's just why. It's human nature to try to preserve, the past. It's the human nature of beings, And that's why it's just a normal human thing. That's the reason why. I mean, honestly, so I got onto some rabbit hole, and this dude's like, "Look at these old-timey films; they're so fake." And and it's turn of the century New York, and it's like, look at them ushering people this way and that. It's like, bro, you know how many people had a video camera at the turn of the century, and you have all these unemployed people because it's the Depression, or during that time frame. It's like, yeah, they're 13-year-olds and 10-year-olds just strolling around New York because it was like that. You know,
They're either heading
they're like,
Hogwarts,
what the
find-
hell is this dude standing behind this thing? Why is he constantly doing this? It's like they're gonna stare at you. So the idea that stuff like that is new. It's not. It's like it's our natural habitat or your natural instinct to want to record, and then when we're being observed to be like, what the fuck you doing? Like,
Really good. I was just talking to somebody else. You ever seen the movie Final Cut? With Robin Williams.
No.
It's a drama thriller with Robin Williams, not his normal role. And basically,
where he edits the
he's
movie?
a video editor of people's memorials.
That's old.
Yeah.
Man.
And so basically, everyone is born with a camera inside their eyeball.
Yeah.
And it records every second of their entire life until they die. And his job is to go through and make a highlight reel of the best parts of your life and play it at your end of life memorial so everyone can see your great life that you had. And he has to go through and see the worst parts of everyone's life and cuts them out. But he has to view the terrible things everybody experiences in their life. That's his job. And then, like, the end of the movie has something to do with, like, they're doing his, you know what I mean? And his, that's why. I think it's part of it. Because he has seen so many, his contains hundreds of other people's footage. Yeah. You know what I mean? Of, like, all kinds of people. Yeah. And then he ends up doing some, like, a memorial of somebody important to see something he's not supposed to. And so they're after his camera.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Man,
it's fucking good.
That is an old movie. Final Cut. Yeah.
Final Cut.
Yeah.
He'll have to add that on his
wild,
other
man.
movie. Guess what other movie he needs to watch? Stand By Me.
Yeah.
I've seen Stand By Me.
He's never seen it.
Oh, with the boys?
Yeah.
Yeah. The train? The one with the train?
Yeah.
Tracks.
Yeah.
We know what James is afraid of.
What?
The train.
I'm not afraid. But no, that's a really good one with him, and the whole idea of having like a camera in your head. That's a lot of Black Mirror shit.
So I was going to say, there's a Black Mirror episode.
There's a Black Mirror episode. The Black Mirror episode I like because
he replays it, and I'm like,
there's like she puts this thing in her kid, and she can basically filter out reality of her kid's life from this implant, so that she can not see things that are going to traumatize her.
Yeah.
So like something happens and like
it blurs it.
She's walking to school and she has to walk to school and there's like this dog and her mom's watching her walk to school and this dog scares the crap out of her. She starts crying and she's terrified. Her heart beats racing and her blood pressure spikes. And then so the next day her mom basically filters out the dog. So the kid goes walking by and looks and the dog's there fucking just barking and going crazy just like it was before, but the daughter can't see it.
It's just all blurred out, yeah.
And so she can't hear it and she can't see it. So she just was like, okay, just goes on to school. And then as the time goes on, the mother edits other things out and has control over basically your reality. And then at some point, the kid gets the tablet and realizes all the shit that's on and edits her mom out of it.
Well, first, I thought, doesn't the grandpa die first?
I think something like that. Something like that.
The grandpa is there and he starts like having a heart attack.
And she sees
it. And it just blurs him out.
Oh, yeah. And she has no idea. She has no idea it's happening.
It mutes it. He's blurred out. She doesn't know what he's doing. So she just is now desensitized to it and just goes, like, it must not be something. And then just,
And then she kind of comes out, whatever, and figures out.
No,
I know that. She gets like 17 years old. And I think if I remember right, she gets older. And I think it's because she gets a boyfriend and her mom sees her like having sex with the boyfriend and like shows her that she has the tablet and shows her what she did. And now she knows whatever the control her power her mom has. And if I remember correctly, I could be fucking wrong. My memory is shit. But I think she edits her mom out of it and then breaks the fucking tablet. And so she can never see her mom again. I think that's how it ends. I don't remember that.
I would have to watch that.
Yeah, it's a good one too, though.
I lived that. I think I lived somebody go through that experience from the outside looking in. And then it was like, oh no, wait, I love you, Mom. And go back to Mom. You know what I'm saying? You know.
Let me see if there's this. Let me look up see if there's a synopsis of that episode. Dark Mirror.
Tablet control.
Tablet.
I don't know.
Episode synopsis. All right, so it was
his first season.
Let me see. National anthem.
But that's not it.
Yeah. It's,
Mhm.
eye implants, mobile devices, people rate social interactions. That's like your. This one's like your China social status. This is pretty much it. Like you have a number on your chest, and people can upvote you or downvote you. And if you have enough downvotes, you can't even go buy a cup of coffee. You know what I mean?
And that's just
Yeah. Let's see. Hmm. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Archangel. Mary briefly loses her 3-year-old daughter, Sarah, and decides to have her implanted with the Archangel system. Is this it? No. Yeah, tracking
Yeah.
Sarah's vision, hearing, health via tablet. A filter censors Sarah from seeing and hearing stressful situations. After 9-year-old Sarah makes herself bleed, she can't feel it or see it. Marie deactivates the filter and puts a tablet in the attic. One night when Marie is 15, she discovers she is lying about her whereabouts and in distress receives the tablet. Marie sees Sarah having sex for the first time with Trick. Marie begins using the tablet in secret. She forces Trick to avoid Sarah after he gives her cocaine and sneaks an emergency room contraception pill into Sarah's smoothie. An emergency contraception pill into Sarah's smoothie. Sarah discovers Marie using the tablet and beats her with it, causing the stress filter to be reactivated so that she cannot see the damage she's doing. When she regains consciousness, Sarah's gone. So she can't see what she's doing. So it's similar. I was close, I think.
yeah, I got
But
you.
yeah. She bends at beating her mom to death with the tablet, and it puts on the stress filter back on, so she can't see her mom, and she's doing it, and the tablet breaks, and so she's just done. She can't see shit. She's out. Archangel, fucking wicked episode. Jodie Foster. Yeah, good episode. Came out December 29th, 2017. Fucked up, dude. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. And that's what my other friend I talked to about some shit like this. It's like, you know, I'm all for like integration and cybernetics. You know, the one fucking sketchy part is it being hacked. You know, if you as a person can be hacked,
Bro, people are still getting their shit hacked on fucking email
yeah,
by clicking on wrong links. You think that you would trust everybody to have implants? No, bro. You'd have real NPCs. Somebody'd be like, "Oh man, I woke up halfway through the middle of my download.
so
Now I only pee if I'm like standing
Now I
on
got
my
AD,
hands."
not ADHD.
Right?
I know that someone has been. I tried to sign up for this.
When they can put it in a pig.
This is several months ago. This is 1 month ago. An explanation, a proof of concept. So nothing recent. I thought I saw something recent about something being accepted for the Neuralink.
I don't know. Haven't heard anything.
So it says 6 years to complete, and this was just 6 months ago, 4 months ago. So it's saying the goal is enable people to control a computer cursor, mouse, or keyboard with their thoughts alone. So it's an integration of us being able to control electronics and computers with just the thought of our brain. Not necessarily yet integrating the ability to download, upload, store information, or integrate information. It's just it being able to read our brain's neural pathways.
Brain computer interface.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Brain
it's just
computer
picking up the
interface.
signal.
Yeah. Basically turning this
Well, I think their biggest thing
into this.
I don't even think that they're trying to go that far. I think they're just trying to get enough. Well, I mean, maybe eventually, but the thing they're looking at right now is being able to give, like.
I think this technology is probably much further than it's even let on to be. Because do you not remember how long ago those games came out? Where you put the headset on and you can control a floating ball into a game, and you're supposed to use your brain waves to control a video or a board game.
Yeah, that's the lawnmower man stuff.
Yeah, so like, if they have it down to a toy, what's the fucking prototype and Model A doing right now?
Well, see, I don't know. You get to I don't know how they are deciphering signals that they'd be getting off the brain, other than seeing more information or more signal in one spot. But I don't remember the game per se, and I've never played that one. But I know, like, the lady with the robotic arm talks about how hers has, like, all the sensors and stuff up in here where it goes on and it detects
her nerve endings. And as she activates the muscles for those nerves, it activates the rest of it.
Yeah, but it's just it. All it can do is she can make it, like...
one way.
Yeah, and it's like it can make it open and close and rotate.
She can switch. She can switch inputs. It's like she's moving this muscle. So this muscle doing this is like a joystick, and then she can switch what those four things do.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be close hand, open hand, move arm up or down. Page 2. Rotate.
No, like hers is better than that. Like hers is a pretty good one. I'll have to find it and we can bring it the next one. Like it rotates. She can do like finger grasp, grip. And then it's like wrist rotating, and then the arm folding. Because hers is up here on her.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, I've seen it because it's programmed to do like.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
If it's in like program 1, this 4 actions will do these 4 things. Program 2, these 4 actions will do 4 different things. Page 3, these 4 actions of the same muscle movement would do 4 different things. So she can have multiple. It's how they're set up. You can like basically change. It's like. Oh, I can move my arm, and then I go here, and then it's like I can move my hand, and then I go here, and I can do just move fingers. So it's like pre-programmed.
I didn't see her touch anything. She just moved her arm around.
Well, cool. I think that was a wonderful episode for me. I enjoyed every minute of that. That was good stuff. Thank you for Cuz for sending in the submission for how AI would take over the world. I think we all agreed on that shit. And this will conclude the episode of Schrodinger's Casts.
Me?
Holla.
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go freeze my ass off.
What are you gonna go do?